Not going to introduce us as two old drunk Americans, right?
That was my plan. We can change it.
The Hurtigruten, Norway's legendary coastal express service.
Welcome.
That for over a century has been ferrying tourists and supplies up and down the Norwegian coast. This is more than just a boat service, it's an institution, part of Norway's heritage and culture, and in this episode I'll show you what it's like to experience 24 hours cruising up the coast with my bike in stow.
All right, start the bubbles, please.
We'll talk to some of the staff and we'll show you what's on offer, but most importantly, we'll show you why using this service is a great way to break up your cycling holiday or to reach or escape remote locations with ease and comfort. They call this the world's most beautiful voyage, and it's hard to argue otherwise.
I think I'm going the right way.
Ålesund, the pretty coastal town that burnt down in 1904, and people and architects came from all over Norway to rebuild it. If you're short on time, there's one thing you must do, and that is climb the 418 steps all the way to the top of Fjellstua, where you get magnificent views of the city below. But we've got a boat to catch, my friends. We're heading north. Our voyage north will take us 27 hours until we reach our destination of Brønnøysund, which is around 150 kilometers as the crow flies from the Arctic Circle. If you're unaware, the Hurtigruten departs Bergen and travels between 34 ports all the way to the very end of the country at Kirkenes. There are 5 departures a week from every port, both north and southbound, by a fleet of 7 boats. The boat we're taking is called the Norge. Now, because I was travelling for more than 24 hours, I had to book a cabin. And they asked me how many subscribers I had. I said 3.7 million. They said, Mr. MatthewNorway, come this way. We have got a cabin for you. I thought, brilliant. Finally, I've made it. This was perfect.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, you have a good space here to have it. Yeah. In the front of the ship.
However, someone did some research on the old interweb and discovered that I was lying. Unfortunately, less than 20,000 subscribers gets you this in the hull with local fishermen who haven't showered for over a week. But if I had 100,000 subscribers, I would get this. So all I'm asking is, will you make a dream come true? Please subscribe. Look at that view. Look at it.
All right, should we check out the facilities, show you what you can do on this boat? Let's go.
There's a sauna, as you'd expect. There's also 2 jacuzzis.
How do we turn it on?
But you need an IQ of over 50 to be able to operate it.
I wonder where the on button is. Oh no, that's the shower. Is it working or? Oh, there it is.
There's a gym.
My gym gear, it's in my bike packing bag. And you don't get access to your bike until you get to a ferry port. So make sure you bring it with you. Don't wear jeans.
So after that strenuous 90-second workout, I required some protein, so I headed to one of the 2 restaurants. There's also a cafe and bar. In this restaurant, they have an all-you-can-eat buffet for breakfast and lunch. The food is incredible, I must say.
So one of the things they have on the boat is whenever you're going past a famous place, whether it could be an island or a lighthouse or even a small village, then they give you a bit of information. Someone's going to come up and tell us about it. And right now we're passing Norway's most famous lighthouse. I don't know anything about this lighthouse, but we'll soon find out. So everybody's kind of gathering here right now, ready to hear the info. And obviously it's a beautiful day, so it's a perfect time to be out here.
I do believe there were some people who were more interested in the Chardonnay than the lighthouse.
How are you doing?
Good.
Are you warm?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Nice, very good. So we are outside here again now because we are having another point of interest. Mine damer og herrer, igjen, hvis det er noen her som skal ha dette her på norsk, så må dere bare komme til meg i etterkant, og så skal jeg oversette det for dere personlig. Also, einen schönen guten Nachmittag, meine Damen und Herren. Wie geht es euch? Das dann gleich nach meinem Interessepunkt.
3 languages.
So, we are
Just
talking
switching
a little bit now about
between 3 languages.
If you have
Makes it look easy.
on our schedule, you've seen that
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do.
Every day they have a different menu based on where location you are. So we just passed Trondheim today, and this is a Trondheim menu. And they go into detail about the food, about the ingredients, local ingredients. And I just love some of the stuff they put on here. So, for example, Coast of Contrasts. There are numerous things to see along the coastline of Trøndelag. Tremendous wildlife, mythical mountaintops, thriving pastures, snow-white beaches, magical fjords have served as a base for humans since at least the Stone Age.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
For those of you going on a walking tour, the walking tour with a local guide, not the expedition team, but the walking tour in Trondheim, we kindly ask you to go straight to the bus on the quayside, because you're going for the first stretch with a bus, so you can get into the cathedral today.
At the small ports, the boat will dock for between 15 to 45 minutes, but at the larger destinations, for a few hours. Trondheim is one of my favourite cities in Norway. It was once the capital until 1217, and all past and probably future kings and queens are coronated at this spectacular Nidaros Cathedral. Many of the pilgrim routes all over Scandinavia and Europe end here at this historic city. It has a wonderful laid-back vibe to it. The locals call it Norway's biggest village. You'll find in Scandinavia that the cities are built for people, not corporations or cars. The quality of life is very high, with many livable places. But don't expect the weather to always be like this. It does rain once in a while.
So we're just leaving Trondheim now and we're heading to Brønnøysund, and this whole area of Norway is so remote. Like cycling this part, I've cycled it a couple of times before. I so recommend it. You really are on your own for long periods of the roads and very little traffic. And as you can just see, it's just so wild and quite calm as well. Though there's nothing extreme about it. It's just a very beautiful area, unique area of Norway. How long have you worked here?
I have worked in this company, keep your hand here, in 42 years.
42?
I started when I was 16 years old.
Oh wow.
Yes. So in the last 25 years I've been a hotel manager. So before I've been a chef and a head chef and galley boy, peeled potatoes, started with that.
Yeah.
So I have quite a history here.
That's incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
42 years, so you've seen a lot of changes in that time.
Oh yes, there's been a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I'm the reception manager here on board. Been working here for 4 years and like it.
4 years?
Yeah, I started as an apprentice in the reception, and then I bumped up to reception or receptionist, and then I became the reception manager.
Yeah.
And when you first started, was it mainly Norwegians coming on board?
Yes, when I started it was not so touristy as it now. So it was most Norwegian. It was port-to-port guests.
Yeah.
The tourist was in very low.
Yeah. So was it like more simple? I guess it was just you came on board, there was some food, and
yes, we have the restaurant and we have food was great on that time too. So it's always been great food here, and we have the high standard on everything. So
a lot of foreigners watching this don't know much about Norway, don't know much about the boat and such. Why should they come on board? Why should they have this experience?
It's a very different kind of cruise because the boat is not that big. It's not the typical cruise experience. Here is more not intimate, but you get more close with the crew, you get more close with the other passengers, you get to know a lot of people. And these stops are very one of a kind. Every place we stop at is very local, and it's very nice to see the nature at any time of the year. And
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the company? So it's 130 years old.
Yes, started in 1893 as a post ship to taking cargo from south to north and north to south.
Yeah.
And it was the first companies who started to sail on the night time. That's what they call the Hurtigruten, the fast ship. And then they started to take tourists with the tourist has been here also since the start. So and I think he started with one ship and expanded, and then sometime I think on the most there was 14 ships here.
Was there ever a time when it was in really rough water and it was quite scary, or have you?
Oh yes, there has been. In the past time, the ship was smaller and no stabilizers, and so and they always go. Was it storm? They go. No, we stop with the high waves and the ship go to the port and waiting, but in that time they always go.
Wow.
So there has been some really rough weather.
Some plates breaking?
Oh, not only the plates. They have. As I remember, I was a chef on an old ship. There was so high, the big stove, in the galley, loosened.
even though you see it every year and have seen it a lot, you'll be amazed and you just look up at the stars and the northern lights and go, wow, I actually live here. Yeah.
But is there when it does happen in the Northern Lights, can you just drop everything and go outside?
Yeah, then that's a very good part, because every tourist or every guests on board just drop everything. They usually, when it's dinner time, they just drop their dinner and then run outside and get their cameras, and everyone, the outside decks are full of people and cameras, and the expedition team also helps to get the best pictures on the settings on the cameras. So
if I'm out like this, someone will come up behind me and go, Matthew, put it on this.
Yeah, they will help you to get the best quality of the pictures.
I could do with somebody like that all the time when I'm in Norway, because I'm never getting the right shots.
Yeah.
But that must, I'll tell you, I'd love to be able to film that. Is that everybody's having dinner, and then also, ladies and gentlemen, Northern Lights are outside.
Yes, then you hear the stomping above us, because deck 5 is just one deck up, and then you hear the stamping and running, and so that's also kind of spectacular. And then you get to just drop everything here and go outside yourself.
Like, you've seen this beautiful coastline. It's the most beautiful coastline in the world. But does it still affect you when you see it at certain points?
Yes, more and more. You older you be, you more and more you be breathtaking of the coast.
Yeah.
How beautiful it is. These days we have the sun. Everything is amazing to see. So I love this.
Say something that will make my day, 'cause these memories of her won't go away. They're haunting me so I can't sleep. She was a pretty little liar who cut me deep, 'cause she left me here alone.
Which is pretty beautiful, to say the least. So it's 1:30 in the morning and we're getting off the boat now at Brønnøysund. The sun is about to rise again. Thank you.
So how would I summarise my 27 hours on board? The majority of guests are full board cruise customers, many retired, experiencing the whole journey. As a port-to-port guest, it can feel like you're gate-crashing a very civilised party, but it's a party you're welcome to. You have access to the leisure facilities, a lecture and presentation every evening, and an expedition team that are there as local guides, ensuring you make the most of your time on board. How many countries do you know where a hop on and off boat goes all the way up and down the country with these fantastic services? My aim of this video was to show you how practical the Hurtigruten is for cycle tourists. I have used the boat service many times over the years. The deck travel will fit most people's budget, and if you want to experience the full deal, then a cabin with an a la carte dining experience is a real treat. Use the boat to skip bad weather, have a rest day, reach remote roads, or to escape them. The possibilities are endless.
Svolvær, Lofoten area.
I think it must be in Lofoten. Svolvær is my favorite port.
My favorite port is Bergen. The Tromsø.
Tromsø is also my favourite port. I remember the first time I arrived there. It was midnight. The light was so beautiful, the sea was so blue, and the snow-capped Lyngen Alps in the distance. I was about to depart and cycle into the night. It doesn't get much better than that.
Look at this. All right, look out for reindeers.